Few figures in history are as captivating and enigmatic as Henry VIII, who reigned over England from 1509 to 1547. His life was a tapestry of power, ambition, and indulgence, woven with decisions that would ripple through centuries. Behind the grandeur of his court lay mysteries, contradictions, and secrets that reveal a ruler unlike any other. What drove his bold actions? What passions defined his reign? In this video, we'll explore 15 of the most fascinating and surprising truths about this legendary king. Fact number 1. Henry had 6 wives, but their fates reveal more than you might expect. Henry VIII's 6 marriages were more than personal dramas. They revealed the ambitions, desires, and ruthlessness of a king who shaped an era. Catherine of Aragon, his first wife, stood firm for over 2 decades before their marriage was annulled, as she failed to provide a male heir. Anne Boleyn, his second wife, captured his heart, but was executed on charges of treason. Jane Seymour, his third wife, gave him his long-desired male heir, Edward, but tragically died just days after childbirth, leaving Henry devastated. Anne of Cleves, chosen for political reasons, saw her marriage to Henry annulled after just 6 months, though they remained on friendly terms. Catherine Howard, his 5th wife, was executed for alleged infidelity after less than 2 years of marriage. Catherine Parr, his 6th and final wife, outlived Henry and served as a stabilizing influence during his later years. In the end, Henry chose to be buried beside Jane Seymour, the only wife to give him a son, suggesting she held a special place in his heart. Fact number 2. Henry defied the Pope in a move that transformed England forever. Henry VIII's decision to break with the Catholic Church was a defining moment in English history. Frustrated by the Pope's refusal to annul his marriage to Catherine of Aragon, Henry declared himself supreme head of the Church of England. This move not only allowed him to secure his divorce, but also fundamentally shifted religious and political power. By establishing a separate church, Henry consolidated authority under the monarchy, weakening Rome's influence over England. This decision led to the English Reformation, transforming the country's religious landscape. Henry dissolved monasteries, redistributing their wealth and land to the crown and loyal nobles. These changes sparked cultural, economic, and spiritual upheaval, leaving a legacy that shaped England's future. Henry's actions weren't solely about his personal desires. They marked a bold assertion of sovereignty, reinforcing his image as a ruler unafraid to challenge long-standing institutions for his ambitions. Fact number 3. Henry's lavish feasts hid secrets as grand as the meals themselves. Henry VIII's banquets were legendary for their sheer extravagance and variety of food, offering a vivid display of Tudor opulence. The royal kitchen prepared an array of dishes, starting with whole roasted meats such as venison, boar, and swan, often presented in their original form for dramatic effect. Pies were another highlight, filled with spiced meats or fish, and sometimes featuring live birds that flew out when the crust was cut, a Tudor spectacle known as entremet. Exotic fruits like oranges, brought from warmer climates, were served to emphasize the king's wealth and connections. The drink was just as lavish. Mead, ale, and fine imported wines flowed freely, with specially commissioned fountains sometimes dispensing wine instead of water. Desserts included intricate sugar sculptures and marzipan creations shaped like castles or animals. These decadent meals were more than sustenance. They were a statement of Henry's power and the abundance of his court, impressing guests and cementing his image as a king of unparalleled grandeur. Fact number 4. Henry built a navy that changed history, but it came at a cost. Henry VIII is often celebrated as the father of the English Navy, a title earned through his visionary maritime reforms. He expanded England's fleet, commissioning innovative warships like the Mary Rose. These vessels introduced broadside cannon fire, revolutionizing naval warfare. Henry also established the first royal dockyards, laying the foundation for England's emergence as a seafaring power. His investments in shipbuilding protected England's shores and strengthened its influence on the seas. The sinking of the Mary Rose in 1545 during the Battle of the Solent was a tragic moment witnessed by Henry from Southsea Castle. Raised in 1982, the ship's remains now rest in the Mary Rose Museum in Portsmouth. Visitors can explore over 19,000 authentic artifacts and immerse themselves in the world of Tudor naval life. Henry's commitment to the Navy not only safeguarded England during his reign, but also set the stage for its future maritime dominance. Fact number 5. Henry's weapons were more than tools of war, they told his story. Henry VIII's armory was a striking symbol of his power and martial identity. It housed an extraordinary collection of weapons, from finely crafted swords to firearms and siege equipment, many adorned with intricate designs symbolizing his authority. His custom-made suits of armor, designed to accommodate his growing size over the years, remain iconic artifacts of his reign. These pieces were not just functional, but also served as propaganda, projecting Henry's image as a warrior king to his subjects and foreign rivals. The armory also reflected Henry's strategic foresight. He understood the importance of military strength in securing his throne and maintaining England's sovereignty. Under his reign, advancements in weaponry and fortifications helped bolster national defense. Today, surviving pieces from his collection, displayed in museums like the Tower of London, offer a fascinating glimpse into the artistry and innovation of Tudor military craftsmanship and Henry's enduring legacy as a ruler prepared for war. Fact number 6. Henry's jousting tournaments were thrilling, but they served a deeper purpose. Henry VIII's tournaments were grand displays of chivalry and pageantry, blending athletic competition with political theatre. Jousting tournaments allowed the king and his courtiers to demonstrate their strength and valor in front of an audience, reinforcing ideals of loyalty and knighthood. As a skilled jouster in his youth, Henry often participated, winning admiration for his bravery and physical prowess. These events were not just entertainment, but powerful tools for showcasing the strength and unity of the Tudor court. The elaborate nature of these tournaments reflected Henry's love for spectacle. Participants and their horses wore ornate armor, banners flew in the wind, and crowds cheered from the stands. Later in his reign, as Henry's health declined, he transitioned from participant to spectator, but the tournaments continued to be a centerpiece of courtly life. They symbolized the grandeur of his rule and the enduring ideals of chivalry during the Tudor era. Fact number 7. Henry loved tennis, but this passion revealed more than just his skill. Henry VIII was a devoted player of real tennis, a precursor to the modern game that was popular among European nobility. Often called the sport of kings, real tennis was played indoors on a court with walls that formed part of the gameplay. Henry loved the game so much that he had a court built at Hampton Court Palace, which still exists today. His skill on the court mirrored his competitive and energetic nature, and playing real tennis was a way for him to showcase his physical prowess and social dominance. The game held a central place in Tudor leisure and courtly life, serving as a venue for camaraderie, competition, and diplomacy. Henry's enthusiasm for real tennis helped elevate its status among the aristocracy, solidifying its reputation as a prestigious pastime. Today, the surviving court at Hampton Court provides a fascinating glimpse into Tudor sports and the recreational life of one of England's most iconic monarchs. Fact number 8. Henry's music offers a rare glimpse into his personal world. Henry VIII was a talented composer who left his mark on the musical landscape of Tudor England. His most famous piece, Pastime with Good Company, was a lively tune celebrating themes of joy, loyalty, and the pleasures of courtly life. This song became immensely popular in his court and remains a testament to his musical abilities. Henry's court was a vibrant center for the arts, where musicians and composers thrived under his patronage, creating a rich cultural legacy. Contrary to popular belief, however, Henry did not compose Greensleeves. While often linked to him and thought to be written for Anne Boleyn, the song's musical style suggests it originated decades after Henry's death. The Italian Renaissance influences in its composition only became popular in England later in the 16th century. Despite this myth, Henry's genuine contributions to music cement his reputation as a monarch deeply connected to the arts. Fact number 9. Henry VIII's health struggles sparked a surprising fascination with cures. As Henry VIII aged, his health deteriorated significantly, marked by chronic ailments that shaped his later years. A severe jousting accident in 1536 left him with a lingering leg wound that became ulcerated, causing immense pain and mobility issues. Coupled with obesity and suspected gout, these conditions severely limited his once vigorous lifestyle. The king's physical decline contrasted sharply with the athletic and energetic image he projected in his youth, creating a poignant narrative of vulnerability in his later life. Henry's struggles with his health fostered a deep interest in medicine. He consulted court physicians and explored herbal remedies, even supporting research into treatments of the time. His interest extended beyond personal ailments, reflecting a broader Renaissance fascination with science and healing. This focus on medicine humanized Henry, showing a monarch grappling with the same frailties that affected his subjects, albeit with access to the best care available during the Tudor era. Fact number 10. Henry's gardens were stunning creations with hidden messages. Henry VIII's gardens were masterpieces of Renaissance design, reflecting his love for nature and his desire to display his wealth and sophistication. These gardens, such as those at Hampton Court Palace, were meticulously arranged with geometric patterns, colorful flower beds, and intricate water features. They were not only places of leisure, but also symbols of control, showcasing how human ingenuity could shape and order the natural world. Exotic plants imported from abroad further emphasized Henry's power and connection to the broader Renaissance movement. Beyond their aesthetic appeal, Tudor gardens served practical purposes. Many featured herb gardens used for culinary and medicinal purposes, aligning with Henry's interest in health and healing. These spaces also played a role in courtly life, hosting social gatherings and diplomatic events. Today, reconstructions of these gardens offer a glimpse into the opulence of Henry's court and his personal appreciation for beauty, order, and innovation. Fact number 11. Henry's exotic pets revealed his ambitions and personal tastes. Henry VIII's court was not only home to courtiers and ambassadors, but also to a fascinating array of royal pets. These animals were more than companions. They were symbols of status and power. Henry owned hunting dogs, prized for their loyalty and skill in the chase, as well as falcons used in the aristocratic sport of falconry. These pets reflected his interests in hunting and outdoor pursuits, pastimes that were central to Tudor nobility. The king also kept more exotic animals, such as leopards and monkeys, gifted by foreign rulers. These rare creatures demonstrated England's connections to distant lands and added an element of spectacle to the court. Their presence reinforced Henry's image as a ruler with vast influence and resources. Today, accounts of his pets offer a lighter, more personal glimpse into the life of a king often remembered for his grandeur and ambition. Fact number 12. Henry's love of chess mirrored his mastery of strategy and politics. Henry VIII was an avid chess player, a pastime that reflected his strategic mind and love for intellectual challenges. Chess was a favored activity among the nobility during the Tudor period, offering not only entertainment but also a way to showcase one's wit and tactical thinking. Henry's enthusiasm for the game was well documented, and he often used it as a social tool, playing with courtiers and foreign dignitaries alike. For Henry, chess was more than a game. It symbolized the complexities of politics and warfare. Each move required foresight, patience, and adaptability, qualities that Henry valued in his rule. The game's metaphorical connections to leadership likely appealed to him as a monarch navigating the intricate dynamics of court and diplomacy. Today, his interest in chess offers a relatable glimpse into the private life of a ruler better known for his political and marital drama. Fact number 13. Henry's experiments in alchemy hinted at his deepest ambitions. Henry VIII was deeply intrigued by alchemy, a practice that sought to transform base metals into gold and uncover the secrets of immortality. While modern science often dismisses alchemy as mysticism, it was a respected pursuit during Henry's time, blending experimental methods with philosophical ideas. The king employed alchemists at court, funding their research in hopes of discovering ways to expand his wealth and extend his life. These efforts reflected Henry's ambition and his desire to leave a lasting legacy. Alchemy also aligned with the broader intellectual currents of the Renaissance, which valued curiosity and exploration of the unknown. While Henry's support of alchemy did not yield the results he hoped for, it contributed to the era's growing interest in science and experimentation. This fascination highlights the king's complex personality, one rooted in both medieval traditions and Renaissance innovation, making him a compelling figure in history. Fact number 14. Henry's clocks were more than timepieces. They reflected his rule. Henry VIII's passion for horology demonstrated his appreciation for precision, innovation, and artistic craftsmanship. He commissioned elaborate clocks for his palaces, many adorned with intricate designs and symbols of his power. These timepieces were not only functional, but also decorative, showcasing the technological advancements of the era. Clocks became a focal point of Tudor court life, reflecting the Renaissance fascination with order and the measurement of time. This interest was deeply tied to Henry's desire to control and organize his environment, mirroring his authority over his kingdom. The clocks also symbolized the Tudor court's alignment with modernity and progress. Today, surviving examples of these timepieces provide a fascinating glimpse into the artistry and ingenuity of the time. Henry's enthusiasm for horology further underscores his role as a Renaissance monarch who embraced innovation in all aspects of life, from governance to personal expression. Fact number 15. Henry's coins carried his image and a story of power and control. Henry VIII redefined England's coinage system, using it as a tool to consolidate his power and reinforce his legacy. Early in his reign, he introduced new coins featuring his regal image, a bold move that ensured his likeness was seen throughout the kingdom. These coins often celebrated key events, such as military victories and royal marriages, transforming currency into a medium of propaganda. They projected Henry's authority and divine right to rule in a tangible way. However, later in his reign, Henry resorted to debasing the coinage, reducing the silver content to fund his wars and extravagant lifestyle. This led to inflation and economic challenges, with some coins earning the nickname Old Coppernose as the thin silver coating wore away. Despite the controversy, Henry's reforms highlighted his understanding of currency's symbolic and practical power. His reign marked a turning point in how monarchs used money to shape their rule. Thank you for watching. Did we miss any fascinating facts about King Henry VIII? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss more incredible facts and untold history.